among us. So I guess we're good to start now. Hello.
Hi. So,
So how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. What about you all?
Yeah, I'm also fine.
That's good. That's good. So, like, more people are going to join in, or we are going to start the meeting.
I think now we should start because it will get late then. That's
Yeah, yeah.
why. So, hello everyone. Let me give you an introduction. So, this time we are back with another tool, and this time it is HackerRank. So, let us welcome the person who is going to lead us today, and he is Varun Poojary. So, he is the president at Chef MIT SOE chapter, and he is also in the event management team at GDSC MIT ADT, and he is also very good at coding, which means that he is a three-star coder on CodeChef, and I guess he is also an Android app developer. So I guess we are good to start. So over to you, Arun.
So, thank you, Kirti, and thank you, CodeChef UMIT, for giving me this opportunity to come and give this session. Okay. So, again, I'll give a small introduction about myself. I'm Varun Poojary, a second year CSE student at MIT ADT University. I'm the president of CodeChef MIT SOE chapter. I'm a management team member at the GDC club of my college. Now, coming to my technical expertise, I'm good in C, C++, Java, Python, and Kotlin. I'm also active in app development, as Kirti told. I'm a three-star coder on CodeChef platform, and I've qualified for the Google Code Jam competition. So basically, Code Jam competition, Google Code Jam is a competitive competition held by Google where
Yeah,
y'all can apply and participate in it.
I guess
So
it was also the summer also, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's going on or something like that.
So now again there'll be registrations for the Hacker Cup, which is held by Facebook. So I would recommend you all to join, participate, at least participate in it, so you will have a good experience in it. Okay, so like before I start like teaching about HackerRank and what HackerRank is, I just want to know more about my audience. So if you all could like unmute or like type in the chat box like your year of study and your favorite programming language, it would be great.
Yeah, guys, you can just unmute
Yeah.
yourself.
Hi, it's Bhavika Tiwari. I'm from first year CST and I have just started with C++ and Java. I'm just a beginner, so I don't know much about it. So, if you can light on how beginners can do and which language they should focus on and how should they do, like buy some courses or do from YouTube and all. So, please tell about it.
Hi Bhavika. So today's session will be mostly about beginners only. HackerRank is very beginner friendly. Again, coming to the topic of languages, the two best options will be again C++ and Java. So now again here there comes a differentiation that you can use C++ for competitive programming, more in competitive programming side, and you can use Java if you want to get into development or like app development or website development, web development. You can use Java. So your placement point of view, there'll be no much difference in it. But I really think you all should like choose between only these two as a beginner language. Then you all can move on to Python and other languages.
And yeah, if you don't mind, can I ask a question?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I want to ask that at which compiler we should start C++ and Java, means it should be VS Code plus C compiler or online compilers which are available on net.
See, actually, it won't make any difference if you use an online compiler or an offline compiler. Like you can use VS Code. I think there's Turbo C++ also for C++. And for
Yeah.
Java, we have Eclipse, we have IntelliJ. You can use either an offline like these or you can use it online. The only difference will be your net connection. If you have a constant stable Wi-Fi or an internet connection, you can use an online compiler. Otherwise, you can use an offline compiler. It won't make a difference at all.
And at what stage we should start, means if we are just beginning with the languages. So should we go to this code chef and hacker and all?
Yeah, so coming to that part, if you are just new to coding, you are just learning a particular language, I won't recommend you all to directly start with CodeChef. That's why today's topic will be about HackerRank. That's most beginner friendly. And once you're comfortable with HackerRank, the syntax of a language, how you read a complex programming problem or problem statement, the input, output parameters, how you submit it, then the type of errors, how to pass test cases, you all can start with CodeChef or Code Forces. So today we'll be discussing about that beginner friendly, about everything about HackerRank. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Others?
I myself is Arzu Bagili from first year student. I'm from CST branch. Can I ask you a personal question that which language you have learned first and from
So
where, which platform like?
to be honest, I have started learning Java. So because when I was in the 11th and 12th, it was in my syllabus. So it was compulsory. I had to learn it. But now I actually enjoy coding in Java. In college, I've learned C, C++ again, but I'm more focused on Java itself. And coming to the point where from where I learned it, I learned from college, but many people who are my colleagues, they have learned it from like GFG, that like really good YouTube courses. I think like Apna Kaksha, I think, yeah. So even they have a Java placement course, you all can even learn from there. And to be honest, I don't think you all should like take paid courses. If you all are like comfortable, they'll give you a proper structured path. But I really think as a programmer, you all should be open and be in the wild, explore, learn new things on your own, figure out stuff. So at learning a language, it will be really great if you all do it on your own. If you all are getting confused, then you all can take a paid course. I think Coding Ninjas is really good. It might be a little bit costly, but it's really good. I've got some good reviews of it.
And one more question, as I'm
Mhm.
a just fresh starter. So from which like HTML I should start with or from C language? I'm a bit confused in both of them.
So if you are like a beginner, like new to programming, start with some of the basics like C++ or Java. And I think most of the colleges start with C language, but it's like a personal opinion. C++, Java, you all should focus. And coming to like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you all can start it when you all are doing development side. So at least what I think is a beginner's roadmap should be like one should learn a language like C++ or Java, then learn DSA, and then get into competitive programming and development side. That is HTML or web development, app development, or any of those things.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Others, your year and favorite programming language?
Others, anybody?
Um, Second year and favorite language Scotland. That's great,
Oh,
Anaya.
Robert.
Okay, I think let's start with today's topic about HackerRank. Okay. So, what is HackerRank? HackerRank is basically a place where beginners, like who are new to programming, can solve problems in a wide range of computer science domains. Like you can learn about to solve problems on algorithms, data structures, that's a DSA. There are even domains like artificial intelligence and many more. And we can like practice various number of programming languages like all Java, C++, Python. We have Ruby, we have SQL, databases, a wide domain of languages. HackerRank here, I mean like it is really beginner friendly. So if you're new to any particular programming language, you can start practicing the questions like from scratch. Like they'll have even hello world programs which are just taught in the basics of any language. So if you're new to data structures, you can start programming or solving problems from basics to advanced. Now this is the path I have followed when I was new to programming. So I started off with Java, like I told you all. So first, I learned the syntax by reading blogs on websites like JFG, Java Point, and even started watching YouTube tutorials. Okay, YouTube, as I told Apni Kaksha, there are like really good tutorials on the net. Now, y'all might be aware that y'all can't master any language just by reading or watching tutorials. Till the time y'all don't practice writing code in that language, you will never be good at it. So HackerRank comes into play here. It has basic questions like hello world, and the difficulty just keeps increasing gradually. Okay. Again, now this is only for a particular programming language. If you are interested, like if you all have a good grip on a particular programming language and you all are interested in getting into competitive programming, okay, So, and you'll have no idea like from where to start. You can start with HackerRank. It may not be the best platform for CP, but yeah, it's really, really good for a beginner to understand, get an idea about complex programming. Like, if you're given an idea how to understand a problem statement, how to check for an input output parameters, like each question will have an input statement and output statement, how to check if the code is correct using your own parameters. So once you write a particular code, it might run for the test cases which they have given. You can test it with your own particular test cases, and many times it will become a case that there'll be many hidden test cases which I will not even know. So HackerRank will help you like see those flaws, how to find these hidden test cases, think out of the box. So if you're not catching what I'm saying right now, you all can just wait. Once I get into HackerRank, the platform, the interface, I will explain all this stuff, um, like everything on the platform itself. So yeah, I'll just share my screen. Um, yeah. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So let's just search for HackerRank. So this is www.hackerrank.com. That's our website which we'll be looking at. Okay, so once we like search, open the website, it will come at this page. Okay. So here there are two options: one for companies, one for job seekers, or people who are beginning to learn any particular programming language. We have to just look at the job seeker part, that is sign up. If you are new to HackerRank, you all can just fill in the small details or just log in through either Google, LinkedIn, GitHub, Facebook, any of these. I already have an account, so I'll just log in. Yeah. Okay. So this is our main interface, our dashboard. So here it will just show your preparation. Basically, will tell us the languages or the topics which I have coded in. So I've not done much of C++, but I've been active in Java and problem solving. Again, we have something called an interview preparation kit, which I'll be talking in detail a little bit later. Your preparation kit again. And this is our main part, prepare by topics. Okay. So here we have a wide variety of topics from algorithm, data structures. We have few languages. We have artificial intelligence, database. We have Linux, functional programming, regex. Okay. So we have all these different types of topics, and we can find any particular topic and master it. So now, for example, if we say algorithms, basically data structures and algorithms, like you all might be knowing that whenever you'll go for an interview, or placement perspective or an internship perspective, they will be testing you on your knowledge on data structures and algorithms. So this is the best place to practice it. We have different questions. You can filter it out based on the difficulty, particular topics within that, and there are many options. Okay. So now again, if we see, I will tell you all now algorithms, data structures, and mathematics. These three concepts are the main or the basis which all should know in order to start complex programming. Okay. So data structures is important as we will be in any complex programming problem, we will be implementing particular data structure to solve the particular problem. Algorithms will be helping you build a logical thinking capacity, your aptitude, how to solve a particular problem statement. So that's the use of algorithms. Mathematics, computer programming is basically a mind game. So there'll be many questions based on mathematics. And like here, if you open mathematics, it's not like you have to solve any particular mathematical problem. There are basically mathematical problems which I can solve it using particular formulas in the form of a code. So these are like really, really good questions. You all can see it. Okay. So I'll be solving a few questions, but let's just see the different topics here. We have artificial intelligence domain. So here again, there'll be a few topics, like there are many algorithms in artificial intelligence which all can like practice in here in this particular topic. Now coming to the languages, the programming languages. So again, we have a wide variety of languages: C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby. We have databases also like SQL, complete database. We have Linux, functional programming, and regex. Okay. Now, as I told you all that once you start like in your journey to master a particular programming language, you all will first like read blogs, understand the syntax, see tutorials, and understand how a particular programming language works. And simultaneously, you all will have to keep coding. Now, if you see most of the websites, they will give you a particular topic, they will discuss it, and they'll give you a ready-made code. But most of the times, we'll just copy paste the code, or like we'll try to just copy the code itself. So instead of doing that, you all should come here on like on HackerRank. So like for example, you all learned how in Java. Okay, let's take an example of Java. You all just learn how to write the main function and how to print a particular statement, that is system.out.println. You can just come to Java section, okay, and sort it according to the difficulty and solve it. Okay, so we have the first question, that is welcome to Java. So basically, this code is just to print hello world and hello Java. That's the only thing you have to do in this particular program. So now whenever you open a question, I'll just give a short or a brief explanation of how you read the question and how you all will solve the particular question. Okay. So first, this will be the problem statement. Once, just have a quick, can I just get a minute? I'm really, really sorry for the delay. Yeah, so let's just continue. Okay, my screen is visible. Yeah. So yeah, first we will read the problem statement. So basically telling us the welcoming us to the world of Java, and we will be practicing how to print using standard out, std out, standard template library. Okay. So here is telling that the code, the editor contains a solution class. We have a particular class solution, and we have a main method already given in it. And I have to just complete this particular main method to print these two following statements. So now we know we have to just print a particular statement. Next thing, after we read the problem statement, we understand what our problem is, what we have to solve. Then we will see the input format. Okay. In this particular problem, we're not taking any input from the user. So the input will be zero, nothing. There's no variables, there's nothing. So here the input is, we have no any input. Then we have the output format. Basically, it tells us in which form the output should be displayed on the screen. Okay. So here it's telling us we have to print hello world on the first line. Then on the second line, we have to print hello Java. Okay. Now you all should remember that in competitive programming or like any website, be it HackerRank, CodeChef, CodeForces, any platform, they will be really, really strict regarding the way you print the output. Even though like if you all are doing a factorial question, even though you all get the factorial of 5, you all get the way you display it, it will be taken into consideration. Even if you all have missed a spacing between the code, like the words or the bit between the two numbers, it will give you an error. So let's take one quick example. Now we know the problem statement, the input format and output format. So let's just edit this code. Okay. So it's telling us to enter the code here. So to in Java, if you all know, to print any particular statement, we use system.out.println. We'll use the same system.out.println, and we want us to print in the first line hello, comma, world, and then we have a full stop. Second statement, we have system.out.println, hello Java, again a full stop, and we put a semicolon. So this is the only question. I have to print two statements: hello world, hello Java. And first thing we will run the code. So whenever we run the code, it will take the test case which has been already given to us. Okay. So here we are printing hello world, hello Java. It will be printing the same thing here. This is the output which you will be given. Your program is running, and this is the expected output which the process is like going to check with your output. Okay. Now in this example, we have no input, so it doesn't matter. But in many other cases, you'll have to give a custom inputs. Like for example, if I'm taking any integer, I'm taking an input from an user. So I can put my input like I'm putting one. So this will take it as an input. Okay. Second thing, once you run the code, you all will be checking your own custom test cases. And once you'll think that whatever problem statement is given and my code is apt to it, I can submit the code. So basically, when you submit the code, it will be checking all the hidden test cases. Test cases means they might be like for a particular program, there might be multiple test cases. There might be hidden test cases. Like you all will never not think like it might not be straightforward. So you all have to just think about any particular problem statement in such a way where you all will think that the solution, like particular formula, will match all the test cases in it. So once we think that our code is apt enough, we can submit the code. Okay. So here we have no particular test case. We're just printing a statement, so it won't check anything. But in other cases, it will be checking for, I think, around 10, or it depends on the question, but there might be some 10 to 15 test cases which won't be visible to us. Okay. Once you all have completely successful, your program runs for all the test cases, will come a congratulation message and everything. Now, sometimes there might be something that we call a wrong answer. Whenever you submit the code, it will show like a red bar, like it will be instead of green, it will be red, and will tell you that it's WA, wrong answer. So it means that your code is not matching the answer which is expected from the compiler. It basically means that there's some flaw in your code and you'll have to work on it, figure it out and work on it. Another thing that might arise as a error can be time limit exceeded, TLE. Yeah. So basically, it means that your code is taking a lot of time to compile. So if there's a question which can be solved in, let's say, 1 second, your code is going to take 10 seconds, which is more than the time limit specified by the compiler. So each program will be giving a particular time limit within which your code should function. So for all test cases, we'll check if it runs within that particular range. So only these two are the test cases. Either can be a wrong answer or it can be a time limit exceeded. Other might be syntax errors, which all can figure out in the screen itself. So yeah, so this is how you run a code and how you can check it. Now, for example, if you all are facing any difficulty understanding the question, or you are not able to understand how to solve the question, or just stuck somewhere in between, so you all can see the discussion panel. So here in the left bottom corner, you can see a discussion panel. So always I recommend that before, if you're stuck somewhere, try to think for it, like think about the problem for about 15 minutes or half an hour. And still, if you don't get the answer, try to find hints. So if you'll open a discussion panel, many times they will give hints. Here, this is an easy question, so like there are no hints for it, but usually they give like good hints, which will keep you on the right path. And still, if you all are not able to understand even after watching the hints, like reading through the hints, then we have this editorial. So like if I just go to the problem statement, we have this editorial column here. It will basically just tell you the solution. This is the exact, yeah. Yeah. So this is the basically the entire code, which is the solution. This is the exact thing which we did. This is the solution. Okay. So first, if you are stuck somewhere, try to see the discussion panel, find some hints of the program. If still you all don't get it, then go to the editorial and get the exact solution of the program. I'll just give you an example of okay, I'll give you an example of how each and every spacing is important when you're writing a code. Okay. So now if you see the sample output, it's telling hello, comma, space, world, full stop. If I remove the space between the comma and world, okay, and now I run the code. It's giving me wrong answer. And basically, we're printing the same thing, but there's only a small space difference. That's why it's going to give me an error. Okay. So that's I'm telling you like how we know that Java is a case sensitive language. All the keywords have to be like, if it is in capital system, it has to be in capital. You can't keep it in small. Same way, while printing the output, it should be in the same order as specified in the output format. Okay. So these are the topics. Okay. So we can even like see in C++, they'll also go on the same scale. They have basic hello world input output to stand and stand out, like CNC out, the basic data types. Then we have conditional statements if all those switch. Then we have for loop questions, we have functions. So basically it starts from easy level, from the basics, that is hello world, input output data types, and keeps on going till pointers. Then we have string streams, strings, structures, classes. It just keeps on going. Okay. So again, the roadmap will be the same: read, understand the syntax, and come here and practice questions. So yeah, other thing about this is the badges which you get here. So if we search HackerRank for yeah, the scoring part, you all will see once you start solving problems in a particular topic, they will give you badges. Okay. So the highest in each will be specified here. Okay. So problem solving badges, each topic will have different levels of badges and the different number of points needed. Okay. So we have in problem solving, we have 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. It is similar to CodeChef, but in CodeChef, it will be basically based on the competition, your rank, how fast you've provided the solution, and how many questions you've solved. Here it's different. So if we see, for example, let's take C++. I've not solved any questions in those. Okay. So now here you all will see a maximum score of 5. Okay. So if you solve this particular program, if you all get all test cases correct, you will get 5 points. And here you can see the points. This is your points. So currently I've solved only, I think, 3 questions in C++. Yeah, 3 questions. So here it is 5 points, 5 points, 10 points. So the total I have 20 points, and here it is 14. So I can even check here for C++ language, C++, CPP. Yeah. So you can see 1 star bronze is 10 points I'll require. For 2 stars, I'll require 40 points. And I'm at the 20-point mark. So as you keep solving questions from here, as you keep solving questions, you will be getting points, and you all can like, it's basically kind of like a motivation to get a better badge. And you all will like see many people on LinkedIn who put up that I'm a 5 star, I have 5 stars on HackerRank. I'm a 5 star hacker, Java HackerRank coder. So it's basically it's kind of a motivation to show. And if you all look at from the placement point of view, many people, even the interviewers, will see that okay, y'all have solved so many questions on HackerRank. It basically tells us that y'all are practicing it, or kind of proves to show the interviewer. So yeah, that's y'all can see the number of points required to get particular badges or stars in HackerRank. So these are all different topics which we have seen there. Now these are only the topics which we have spoken about. Next, we have something called the interview preparation kit. So basically, this is for people who are like close to the interview preparations. Like they might be having the interview within a month, 2 months, 3 months, or like preparing, like practicing DSA for that. So we have customized questions for people. Like this is a 1 week course. This is a 1 month course, and I think this is an interview preparation kit. Here are the different topics which have been asked in interviews of different companies, and like they've given us few questions which I can solve to get an idea of the questions asked in that particular topic. So arrays, dictionaries, sorting, algorithms we have, data structures we have. So basically it's just about that. Then we have topics interview preparation kit. Okay, so we have seen this. Then we have something called the certified section, where you all can get particular certificates for the course, like the topics you all have done. Now to apply for these certifications, you all don't require any number of stars. Even if you have not solved any programs on the discussion, the topics, you all can come here and apply for a certificate. The process goes like you all can apply for a certificate, like for example Java. You all can take a skill test. Basically, they will give you 2 questions or 3 questions based on Java, and it vary in difficulty, because since this is a certification test, they will be checking your knowledge in Java. Just to give a certificate, they will have to see you all are good enough. So the difficulty depends on the number of questions I've solved and like how good you are at programming. So the questions will be same. How they'll remove it from the topics only, and the format will be the same. There'll be a question statement, problem statement, input format, output format. Solve the code in the side, the editor, and you all can run particular test cases. And if all the test cases are passed, you've solved the question. So I think that 2 questions, at least I tried the problem solving one, and there are 2 problems in that, and I think they have around 1 hour to solve those 2 questions. Yeah, so 1 hour test, and if I'll solve both the questions, you will get a particular certificate, whatever topic you have chosen. Next, we have competitions. So there are not many competitions on HackerRank. Okay, like many times companies keep their competitions, but there are not many competitions. Yeah, mostly companies, like since the interface of HackerRank is like really good, companies keep private interview rounds. Like you all know, like many companies have like DSA rounds where you have to code. Like they'll give you a problem statement, you have to code. So most of the companies, not most, but many of the companies use HackerRank. They'll keep it private and they'll send you a particular link to the contest. Okay, and you have to just join there. Same like how you have the certification course, there'll be a time limit, and you will have to solve questions based on the test cases, same format. And if you all are doing good in that, then you all might get an interview call, anything. But other than that, there are like some past contests, not many, like 2021 July, June. There are not many contests held here. Again, you're just for practice, we'll give you a time limit. Yeah, other thing which I want to tell you is that once you are interested, like serious about competitive programming, you all should like really be time based. Like you all should see how much time it's taking to solve a particular question. Try to solve it as fast as possible. Again, you all should see you all are writing the most concise code. Like if you all can, instead of like example for loop, instead of printing hello world 10 times, you can just use a for loop and print it fast. So try to find ways to make your code more concise and like instead of wasting memory. That will be a really major problem once you start like competitive programming in CodeChef and Code Forces, where you all will have a particular memory space. Within that, you have to solve the program. And time limit, again, as I told you all, if it goes above the particular time limit specified there, you all will get a error called time limit exceeded. So this is the competitions about HackerRank. That this is a profile. You can see leaderboard, settings, bookmark, network, submissions. So yeah, profile you can see your GitHub, LinkedIn. I've solved only these all problem solving. I paid more focus on problem solving because I knew the Java syntax. I've learned it properly in my school, so I didn't pay attention to these languages. And I paid attention to problem solving because I wanted to get into competitive programming. So before I started CodeChef, I started solving questions here. I built my aptitude, how to read a question, how I can submit the problems and everything. And once I became good at this, I started going to CodeChef and Code Forces. Then your skills, work experience. You can see submissions also. Again, I told you all I was active in the first sem, like my first year, first sem. So within a year, I haven't been active here. Contest, whichever you have participated in. So yeah, this is about HackerRank. Any doubts about HackerRank yet?
Please go ahead and ask them, okay?
Guys, any doubts? Feel free to ask. Even if it's not about HackerRank, anything else, you all can ask.
I think they are fine. Uh, should we take it as you don't have any doubts? I think so. Okay. Thank you, Varun, very much for coming and giving us your precious time. It was really great to have you. Hacker
Yeah.
rank being something that not the coach have covers too much, so
Mm-hmm.
it is something different, and the language proficiency there is also very good. So I hope all of our participants learned that very much, and they also found the session very helpful as I did. So thank you very much for coming here today. It was lovely to have you. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, if you all don't mind if I send a feedback form, it would really help me. Yeah, yeah. Just a minute. This is a small feedback I would require, like from you all, if I was up to the mark, if I understood what I told, and just some suggestions how I can improve any other session which I'll be conducting.
Yes, we'll make sure that our participants do, fill the form. Personally, I think you were very great. You were,
Thank you.
up to the point and quite straightforward. So it was very easy to understand you, and the way you led us was also quite nice.
Thank you. Also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn.
Yes, I'll share
I
his
have a
LinkedIn.
doubt.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, sure.
Bhavika, go ahead.
You are in second year and you are speaking so fluently. Do you take sessions? It is this question is apart from this coding and all.
See, I basically till 12th, I was not much of a public speaker or anything. I started interacting with people once I started joining the Code Chef club. Like in the first, I joined Code Chef as a technical team member and started conducting sessions there. And as I started taking sessions on online and offline, I think I started becoming more fluent. And still, I know at this point, I'm not really good, but I still try to become better. That's the only thing. Keep practicing and get your feedback.
So you speak about only technical things and all, or you cover everything in it?
I take different topics, but mostly I've been taking only technical, and I've been part of some debates. So sessions mostly only on technical. So
Oh,
like
so
I
how do you get opportunities? How did means college connected you? So how did you make
just
at
a
that
minute.
place that they were connecting to you? Yeah, no problem.
Uh, I'm really sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I was asking that how did you make at that level that colleges were contacting you to take this session and all? Actually, I like this thing about you.
See, about this session, I was contacted, like we have a Discord server, Code Chef chapter. So I approached them, like they were in need of a speaker. So I approached. Whenever I found an opportunity, I will try to grab it. So when I saw when UMIT was asking for speakers to like conduct sessions on these platforms, I applied. I filled a Google form, and then I was contacted by them. I think the UMIT chapter and the event lead, I think, contacted me.
Yes.
So yeah, I think if you want to start taking sessions, start at a school level, university level. I think many of your clubs will be asking people to take sessions. Even in like our college, we have 2, 3 clubs. We have GDSC, we have Code Chef, and we have an ACES. So they are always ready. Like if you approach a particular club that I want to take a session on this topic, they won't say no. If it is related to the topic, like the how should I say, that field, like GDSE only focuses on development. Yeah, CodeChef focuses on the competitive programming side, and ACES in our college have a club called ACES. So they basically take all types of sessions, like they have technical, they have cultural events. So I've seen many people who have come up, like in GDSC, I'm a part of the event management team. So I've seen a person called Sankalp. Okay, so he's really good at cybersecurity. He has found many bugs in like top companies like Facebook. He has got many incentives, and he was like, I want to aware, like make my fellow classmates aware of cybersecurity. what is it? So he came and approached them, and they were like really happy to have a session on cybersecurity. So I think you should approach any particular club and you can keep sessions for them, I think. Yeah.
Right. Actually,
Yeah,
if you
thank you.
see here, what the thing is that students or us, we listen more to what our friends say or what
Mhm.
our peers say, rather than one we can get distracted when teachers talk. So that is why the peer learning is quite beneficial, and that is why when students who are just a year elder to you or a couple of years elder to you, when they tell you or they advise you, that you do better and you understand much more.
That's true.
Yeah, thank you so much for your advices. It means a lot. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, feel free to ask any doubt, maybe technical, non-technical, anything. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.